Today I'll be looking at another use case of merging PDFs. Previously I showed some demos of some trivial examples of merging PDF. Now I often use Python in my courses and for my machine learning work, and this is sometimes the use case when I want to create or merge the different results. And let's say that I'm using a script like this, which I'm using in an app called Carnets, where I'm running Jupyter Notebook on my iPad. This is just a demo trivial script, which is just creating 20 different PDF files. Now these are numbered from 0001 dot dot till 19, and I've purposefully added or padded that 0 at the beginning for numbers from 0 through 9, so that we have uniformity of 2 characters being used for each PDF file. And I can show the kinds of PDF files which this code is doing. This is just doing a random plot of a vector which is of matrix of size 230, 2 rows 30 columns, and we can take a look at the images which are being created. So they look something like the following. Yeah, they look something like the following. Now these are 20 lines of 2 points each, right? So let's say we have this use case where I want to now merge all these 20 files, which are numbered from 00.pdf to 19.pdf into a single PDF file. Now, while your use case might be different, but it is usually a good thing to do in order to get a PDF in a specific order, to name the files in a specific way. From, let's say, in this case, I've named from 00 through 90, so that the order is maintained. So I've created this shortcut, which I've just called merge for now. I can rename to merge PDF, which gets file, and then it basically opens the document picker, and you can select multiple of such files. And then the important thing, when I was running this shortcut earlier, I realized that the PDF generated did not have my original file order. This was sometimes happening. So I realized that I basically need to sort these files in some specific ordering. That's where, again, the naming convention makes a lot of sense. So I do this filtration on the file where I'm sorting by the name. So think you're getting now a list of the files, which is now being sorted by the name in the order A to Z, and I've not put any limit. So by putting a limit, you could say limit yourself to 5 and any number of files. And I just set this variable because I was debugging. So I just set this variable file list to files. You can view the content of this variable to see what this is. And finally, I'm just calling the make PDF from this list of file. So the important thing here is that you're filtering on the file, but the set variable, or what you're creating a PDF from, is a plural files and not file, which is the output of this filter, what this filter is returning. And then I make a PDF from it. I use quick look to show the PDF, and then I'm also saving the PDF and asking where to save. So let's say if I want to run this, it is now going to open the document viewer, and since I was already in this folder, like I was recently browsing this, I'll go to the PDF, the folder of my choice. I'll click on select, and I'll select all and remove the file which is not required. And I'll click on open, and we are done. So if you see, I had also put just in order to ensure that the ordering that we're getting is correct, I have put the title of each of the plot as the iteration number or the PDF number. So you can see that they're in order 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. At this stage, you have the quick look, and from this you could use the share menu and you could do a bunch of things, which I'm not going to do. If I just click on done, it is going to now save this file, and you can give the location where you want to save, and you can also give a file name. So I'm not going to do that for now, or rather let's just try that on my cloud drive and the Carnets folder itself. in the PDF test folder itself, let me rename this to merged.pdf. And let's see on the other side, have we got this folder yet? Okay, I click on save, and right now I see that this merged.pdf has been saved. So of course, in the course of doing this sort of experiments, I also figured out that there are other ways in which you can do the same thing. So let's say if I just select a bunch of these files, I click on more, and then I can click on create PDF, and that will also merge these in order. So that's something trivial that does not even require a shortcut per se. So I'm not going to do that. I'll now instead show another use case which is fairly similar, which is to create a GIF out of the images. Now first let me show you the notebook which I used to create this GIF, or sorry, the set of images for the GIF. So again, the idea is to create a structure to create images which follow some naming convention and then combine those in a way to then create a GIF or a combined PDF. So I have copied this code and just modified it a little bit from a very nice website called the Glowing Python. And this is basically doing selection sort and using matplotlib to visualize the same. And so what this does is, in the folder selection sort images, it is going to create a PNG at each stage, at each iteration. And if we go and see the output of this, so we can go and see the output was stored in this folder selection sort. And if you see that this is how the data looks initially at the first iteration, and if we go towards the last iteration, you can see that the data is sorted. So this is one unique way of visualizing selection sort. What I can do is to create now a shortcut which will create a GIF out of these set of images. And again, the idea is pretty similar to how we were merging. So if I show you, so this basically contains a get file, filter file, and a make GIF. So what we can do is, instead of looking at what I've already created, let me just create a copy of this, right? So I'm going to be adding an action. The action that I'm going to be adding is get file, and right, so I select get file. I require the document picker, and I want the ability to select multiple such files, right? The next thing I want to do is to filter. So again, you want to do filtering because you want to ensure that the files that you're picking up come in the right order. So I add a filter which operates on file. If you see, this is going to be on the name, and the ordering is A to Z, which is in the ascending order. Once you have done this, you want to then create a GIF. So if we do make GIF, we can then select make GIF from files. Now this is again important because this is now returning a set of files. Like if you were to see what were the options, let's say we clear this, make GIF from, and then select magic variables. So at the previous level, you see a file was being passed as a magic variable, but here is, after filtration, you're passing in the set of files. Let's look at the options. Do we want to loop forever? Maybe we want to do that. Seconds per photo. Maybe we want this to be 0.1. And then we want to preview this. So we go to quick look. We add that. We show the GIF. If you want to make things even further, you can also, I just saw this while searching for GIF, so search on GIF. there's a make video from GIF also. So I've not tried this, but let's see what this does. And let me also then do a quick look. And now I want to see the video. So both the GIF and the video should look fairly similar, but let's just try and play them to see how they look, how they work. The name I'm going to give is create. Of course, I could have saved these also, but I'm not doing that for now. And video. I'll of course delete one of these two shortcuts because they're pretty much doing the same thing. I'll be adding show in the share sheet also, so that I can just get them from the share sheet in the context menu, sort of context menu, and I can get this easily done. Right, so let's click on create GIF and video. It is going to open a folder. I want to pass in the folder where I created these selection sort images. I'm going to click on select and select all, and then click on open. Takes a bit of time to process. And of course, so since these are on the iCloud, they might be downloaded first. Now let's see. It's taking a little longer than usual. Okay. Right, so now if you see, this is now showing you the different iterations, and over the course of time, this is showing how the sorting process of selection sort is going on. Let's click on done so that we finish the GIF. And now maybe it's creating a video. So now if you see, we see it in a video format, as you'd expect to see videos and them being played in the Photos app. And pretty much the same thing now. So now this is, I don't know, maybe this is an MP4 which you can very conveniently share. So that's it for this particular video.